Alrighty, guys. Spence and Serg. What a story. I'm gonna tell you a little story time because I know, Serg, that you talk about your stories. I'm gonna give you a little story of the Auburn Tigers. They have always had, and I'll use the first word, a bleep show. I'm not gonna say, I guess, an S show yet. Auburn has always been a mess when it comes to coaching searches. Always been a mess. They always have their boosters involved. It was Hugh Freeze, when it was Gene Chizik who came from Iowa State, they were all pissed at it. They've always had their boosters involved, and it's always been really ugly where the AD wants something and the boosters just railroad over it, whether they want Kevin Steele or not. Everybody was like, Auburn is nailing this process. Auburn's nailing it, and they're going to get John Sumrall. John Sumrall went to high school at Huntsville. He coached at Troy, Alabama. He coached Tez Johnson. He coached NFL players. He's a natural fit for the state of Auburn, or for the state of Alabama and Auburn. It was all lining up to be John Sumrall, which I thought would be an A+ hire. But then you know what happened is that DJ Durkin, he started winning. No, he didn't even win a couple games. He beat Mercer, but guess what? So John Cohen, everything's going great, but then John Cohen fumbles the bag. You know why? Because John Cohen got greedy, and he said, hey, to John Sumrall, DJ Durkin, a lot of the players like DJ Durkin. So I want you to really consider keeping him as a DC. And guess what? Auburn extended DJ Durkin's contract, and John Sumrall rightfully was like, guess what? You're handing me the keys. Why can't I pick the defensive coordinator? This is already BS. And I'm already getting bullied here. So guess what, Auburn? You're making me saddle with DJ Durkin and I don't even have a choice? I'm out. And that's what happened. He left Auburn. They fumbled the bag and they were left looking at the interim DJ Durkin. That's what was happening on Saturday night as they went into the Iron Bowl, Serg.
Yeah, honestly, I couldn't agree with you more. I'm glad that you gave the fans that information, because that's a story that, like,
they fumbled Sumrall.
Yeah, if you don't
and they
know,
had him.
Yeah, if you don't know, you really just think like, oh, Auburn got a really good guy. Look how much money they're paying him. But reality, that's not who they want.
And so you know what ended up happening is that Alex Golesh, the analogy that I've gotten from people that, and I do like these shows, so I'm going to tell you these shows, like Josh Payton, Cole Cube, and Cube was a guy who played at Auburn, is that they fumbled the ball, but they still recovered in the end zone. And they pivoted to Golesh and kind of like saved themselves, because guess what? I love the hire of Alex Golesh. I love it. He was favored to go to Arkansas. High octane offense. You probably watched South Florida. So what do you think about Golesh, the candidate?
I think that Golesh, really good offensive mind. He's got really good tangibles. He's a good leader of men. I think that he's right up. He's everything that Auburn wants in their culture, their grit. I'm not happy with anybody that Auburn picks, because exactly what you just said. They are way too involved from the top down. They don't give your coaches the freedom, and you even saw it with even if you didn't pay attention to anything in college football in the past decade, if you just remember that Cam Newton championship run, the amount of turmoil for a team that was undefeated, ranked that high, like the amount of talk for their head coach, like it was just, I would have left. I would have never been able to do that.
That could have been his dad.
It could have been a lot of things, but moral of the story is, like, Auburn, like you said, they don't ever get it right.
But I think they nailed it.
I think that they got lucky. I think they got lucky because Arkansas wasn't that great of a job.
It wasn't that great of a job, but I think Golesh is going to be. I actually think he might be the best fit in this coaching cycle. I'll say it right now. Let's think of the expectation for Auburn in 4 years.
Year one. You know, expectation is going to be year one. You've seen him do it already.
Who?
Beat Alabama.
Alex?
Beat Alabama. That's going to be their expectation.
With Tennessee or with South Florida, I think the expectation should be 8 or 9 wins year one. They should make the college football playoff by year 3, and year 4, I want them going to Atlanta. I think that they're going to do it. Give Alex 4 years. They're going to have a Heisman Trophy finalist at quarterback, and they are going to be in the college football playoff. In 5 years, I'm going to go 2 out of 5 years. That's how good I think Alex is going to do, and I think he also plays for an SEC championship. Fine. in 5 years, 2 college football playoffs and an SEC title. I think that the guy's going to be great at Auburn. I think he will be better than Josh Heupel, his mentor. I think he will be better than
You're
Tennessee.
right. He will be better than Heupel.
So will they win an SEC title? Will they get to a college football playoff? Is he going to elevate them?
So he will definitely elevate them. I will give you my prediction. I think that they're going to be an 8-win team next year.
Sure.
I don't think that they're going to be much better than that, though. I also think that Auburn's in the unfortunate situation of the new SEC here.
Okay.
And unfortunately, whether you want to credit them, discredit them, the adding of Texas and Oklahoma makes it so much harder. So much harder.
To win the SEC.
Yes, so much harder. And they always going to have to play Alabama every single year.
Yeah,
and
Georgia, too.
And Georgia, exactly. So, you got to beat one of those teams for sure, and then you got to run the SEC gauntlet.
I think Alex is doing it.
I don't know if he can do it just given off the fact that I hate to say this, but for helping and for worse, the scheduling of the National Signing Day and everything, the way that it's set up right now, he's just at such a disadvantage.
Well, for this year, but I'm talking about the tenure. How do you think it's going to go?
I think that he's going to be right up there. I think that he will make a SEC championship game, but it's not going to be in the way that you think. It's going to be one of these where could have it's going to be exactly exactly like Lane Kiffin situation where they're going to be waiting for somebody on the outside looking in, hoping that they could lose to make the college.
I want to do a bold take. I think it's an A+ hire. I think he will be rolling at Auburn, one of the top 4 best coaches in the sport. So I'm going to go pretty bold here. I think a national championship within 6 years.
I don't think
I am all in on Golish.
I think it's
I am
just
all
so
in
hard.
because he's going to have great offense, great defensive scheme. I actually think it's actually better than Summerall. The more I think about it, the crazy as it is.
I was going to say that's a hot take. I think Summerall is a
I love Summerall
coach,
too.
Great coach.
They nailed it at Auburn. Now let's talk about DJ Durkin. If they win that game, does he stay? I'm going to go rapid fire right now.
Yeah.
Iron Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a more interesting
If they win that game, they're not looking for a head coach. They're not looking
But I think that's BS.
Sucks.
I think that honestly, Gola should have been hired anyway. Even though DJ, listen, nice guy.
I mean, if we're really being
later.
honest, Summerall should have been hired had they not
not fumbled it. So you like Summerall a little bit
I
better.
like Summerall
but guess what? His offense isn't better than
I don't think so either. But as a whole, Summerall, his culture, I think is a little bit better.
Dan Campbell, the linebacker style.
And I think that Auburn is built for that more than they are from the sexy offenses that the Golishes.
I like the Cam Newton. I don't know. Let me think of the quarterbacks. Well, Jason Campbell way back in the day with Ronnie Brown.
Right, but would they have been running a Golish offense? I don't think so.
Campbell, they haven't had good quarterbacks there in a while. Remember Jeremy Johnson, Sean White? We can go for the
Franklin. Remember Franklin, the transfer from Last Chance U, and then they turned him a cornerback.
I do remember that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Auburn will never have a hard time getting recruits because they're in the state of Alabama.
Rapid fire. Let's talk.
They're
about
always going to do a good job.
Bama wins the Iron Bowl. I think I actually, because Serge, you're a pretty aggressive guy. Here, I'm going to stop narrating the question for you. I'm just going to shoot you the question in a very monotone way. Would Kalen DeBoer have considered Penn State if Alabama loses that game?
Hold on, I'll go one further.
If the refs didn't assist Alabama,
I'll go one further. I think Georgia takes care of Alabama, whether it's a close game or not. I think that Georgia beats Alabama
this week.
You
know Kirby. You know Kirby and Bama, though. You know he has a Bama pride.
I know he does, but what is Kirby's biggest strength is when it's one game the last game that matters, right? Playoffs. He's a gamer. He is one of the best strategic coaches in the world, and Alabama doesn't really have much more that they could do with their offense that they've already done.
This year?
What happened this year was one game.
Bama went into there.
They definitely
and Ty
did.
Simpson on 4th down. I'm taking Alabama because I trust DeBoer and Grubb and Ty.
I don't trust them more than Kirby Smart in Atlanta.
And you see that offense against Georgia Tech?
But in Atlanta,
Bama fans could get there.
I'm not saying that they can't get there, but I'm going to let you know that, everybody in the SEC, the word around town was that people didn't even want to be in that championship game. They wanted to be in the Lane Kiffin situation where they're on the outside looking in.
And that's pathetic. That's an issue with college football. We'll talk about that in the playoff. I love the Golish hire. I think you're giving it more of a B+. Can we say that?
I'd say A- because they could have gotten their best guy, but it's still a great
I'll say
hire.
A+.
Okay.
Now let's go. Speaking of so many other things, we're going to talk about the Florida freaking Gators. And guess what? I'm not a Florida guy.
I'm not a Florida guy either. Actually, they're the reason why my team isn't getting in the playoffs this year.
Well, so you hate Oklahoma. You're a Texas guy. Do you hate Oklahoma the most? Who do you hate the most? A&M?
Definitely Oklahoma, only because the Red River rivalry is so. We share a
shootout.
Yeah.
You could say shootout on this show.
Red River shootout.
Shootout. Yeah.
Ooh. Controversial. Don't come after us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the culture and history that we have with OU. Texas A&M, their little brother.
I want to go to that game.
Win percentage in this century against A&M. You guys will always be little brother.
The Spence and Serg Show better go to the Texas State Fair.
Oh yeah.
OU, Texas
We will be there. Watch this channel. You will not be disappointed when one day you see us riding the Ferris wheel, making an interview live on the Ferris wheel.
Funnel cakes. Reason I don't really like Florida. We were talking funnel cakes and Vito's laughing. The reason I'm talking about Florida, why I don't like them, I guess it was Urban, Tebow. I liked Tebow more when he was with the Denver Broncos.
I mean, I love Tebow in any capacity, even when he was on my Eagles.
Yeah, I love the story, and people just didn't like, I guess, his religion in your face everywhere.
Yeah.
But some people didn't, but I liked Tim Tebow, put it that way. And Florida Gators, their basketball team, they just kind of irritate me. Joakim Noah, Al Horford.
My God. They've always had.
Billy
they're just
Donovan.
good. They're just
I'm not a
good.
Florida guy. They're like a powerhouse and annoying to me. Even with Urban Meyer. Do you agree with that?
I agree. I mean,
they're not an underdog. I'd rather somebody beat them.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely have a bias this year versus other years, but my fiance's dad is a Florida fan, so I also have to hate them.
You're going to get beat up for this episode.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Sumrall, though. I think
great guy.
So you think he's a great coach. I think we both like John Sumrall a lot.
Oh, I love him. I think that Sumrall is one of the closest things you can get to the Saban era, the Vrabel in
a dude.
Yeah, he's just a football dude,
like a Dan Lanning.
Yeah, less clicky, less like clickbait stuff. Like he doesn't have his sayings. He's just like, job's not finished.
He's real.
You hear his? Did you hear his interview the other day when they were talking about how Tulane could possibly get in? He said, "I think we're a mediocre team. I do not think we're good." Like the humbleness of Sumrall in the middle of a college football playoff potential
shoots it
year.
straight.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at Sumrall. He's not having the issues that Lane Kiffin had. Why?
He's not,
because he is a straight shooter. You know exactly what you're going to get from this guy. And if he leaves Tulane, rightfully, because
it's a lower level, bro.
Oh,
it's apples and cinnamon rolls.
It definitely is. But you know that even if Tulane was undefeated, even if Tulane had this caliber, you couldn't deny Sumrall that job.
Kids love him. He's not Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, he's not Lane Kiffin.
I don't love the fit because I think Florida is.
I think that
Spurrier. I think that they are, let's light up the damn scoreboard, let's wear visors, and let's throw the ball all over the yard with Danny Werfel, with Tebow.
Right, but what do you remember
I've been talking about other quarterbacks.
But what do you remember about those Tebow teams? The one thing that they had every single year whenever Tebow was the starting quarterback.
They had Hernandez and Percy.
Well, obviously, we're not talking about the recruiter that Urban Myers is. He might be, he's selling his soul for some of these guys. But I'm talking about, what did they have as their identity?
Well, back in the day,
Major
Spurrier and Air Raid.
Right, but do you remember Major Wright? Do you remember Major Wright? Major Wright was the safety during the college football championship game. Remember? He put the biggest hit. And he even said in the interview, I wasn't even going for the ball.
On Ohio State or Oklahoma?
Oklahoma. Remember the hit that he put on the sideline? They throw an out route to over here. The guy's going like this. The catcher was a perfectly lined up play. The defender was late, right? But what did Major Wright say in his interview? If you watch the Netflix documentary, he said, I wasn't even worrying about the ball. I saw the ball. I knew where it was going. I just wanted to run right through him. Right through him just to set a message.
Listen, I think Sumrall's great. Maybe I don't love Florida.
Florida's identity.
I'm a little worried about the fishbowl. It's a very tough job. You think Auburn's expectations are crazy? That fan base is ridiculous. I'm going to say it's an A hire. I'm a little worried about the offense. Trust me, Sumrall. If we had to get a beer on the show, if we go to get an SEC media day interview, Sumrall's Summerall's our first guy. Love John Summerall.
Love him. Love him. And he did a great interview.
I'm going to say an A, but I think actually Golesh, I don't love the fit at Florida. I would have rather him went to even a Penn State or something pretty.
I don't think that he's built for the Penn State grind, because the Penn State grind's a lot of like publicity, like a lot of kissing babies. It's not too much coaching. Like James Franklin wasn't just coaching. He was also monitoring all the personalities.
Well, we have Florida, so you love it.
I think it's an A hire, not an A minus, not an A plus. I don't think it's the best hire in the world, but I still think it's a solid A. I think that Florida next year is going to be looking at a 10-win roster.
So we're handing out very good grades on the Spence and Serg Show, Florida Gators.